Hey everybody, it's Jess, and I swear I'm not filming in the evening, but it's all overcast and everything out there, so I've got some lights on, and you might be able to tell by the way that I'm talking that I'm having a very hard time breathing. So I caught a cold, and that was last week, and I thought I was on top of it and that I was like in the clear, because like sometimes I'm able to like fight off a cold and be okay, and other times it sets up residence in my lungs and then turns into bronchitis, and that is what has happened now. And so I've got an email and a voicemail sent into my CF doctor. Today is Monday, by the way, so that's why I'm not already on IV antibiotics. But anyway, I thought I was in the clear with this cold, and I had committed myself to volunteer at an event on Saturday, and I had committed to this like quite a while ago, and it was, it was for a charity masquerade ball that was at the state capitol building, and I've always wanted to go to a masquerade ball. Like literally, I just think I have like from watching The Labyrinth, I think, when I was a kid, like, and there's that scene where like Sarah's hallucinating that she's like at a masquerade ball. But anyway, like, I don't know, I think that just is kind of what planted the idea in my head. And then just like as I grew up and like started learning about Mardi Gras and how there's masquerade balls and stuff for that all the time. And anyway, I just like, it's something I've always wanted to do. And even if it wasn't a masquerade, like, I never get the chance to like dress up and like formal and everything. And I think every once in a while it's doing stuff like that's really fun. And so like I really wanted to go, but if I honestly had felt like I was too sick and it was going to be too much, I would have said I just can't, and nobody would have been mad. And but I honestly on Saturday honestly felt like it was fine. I wasn't too tired. I just had like a little bit of nasal congestion still from the cold, and a very, very slight increased cough. But I felt like that was more just from like my throat being irritated than anything else. And so I really did feel like I was up to it. And I felt great throughout the night. And like the only reason I was even able to go in the first place is because if like you volunteered to work at the event for about an hour and a half, then you got to go and enjoy it for the rest of the time for free. And like I got a drink ticket, which I ended up using actually on a coffee instead of an alcoholic drink. But got to have like all this amazing delicious food, like get awesome like pictures taken with me and my friends that also were there. And so it was just like really cool, and essentially it cost me nothing more than like the gas to get there. And so I really, really, was so excited to do it and had a great time. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen some of the pictures from it. I am the one in the purple. But anyway, apparently it turned out to be just too much. I think I just overdid it and woke up yesterday and was like, uh-oh, was coughing up tons and tons of nasty stuff, and which I'm still doing today, and my hair is making me look like a mushroom head, but whatever. And so yeah, just I'm very short of breath, as you might be able to tell. I am very tired. I slept more yesterday. Like, I slept most of the day yesterday. And so, yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back from my doctor and get started on some IV antibiotics. We'll see what he wants to put me on this time. Yeah, I just, not fun, you guys. So, yeah, we'll see. But this is kind of this is what happens with a disease like CF. Really a lot of chronic illnesses too. You have to decide, like, you constantly faced with those decisions, like, okay, when do I just say, oh, I can't do that and I need to focus on my health right now, or you say, oh yeah, let's go have some fun and just be a normal person for a night. And sometimes you can go have fun and be a normal person for a night, and there's no negative consequences for that. And other times, even if I hadn't been getting over a cold, it might have taken me a couple days to recover just from being tired from doing that kind of thing. And, it's just kind of like, is it worth going and having some fun and then being tired for 2 or 3 days? Or in this case, getting bronchitis, which I had no clue that this was going to happen. If I had a crystal ball and had been able to see, like, oh, if you go, it's gonna end up being at least 2 weeks on IV antibiotics, I probably would have been like, nah. But, I don't know. It's just like, it's a constant struggle when you're sick to be like, okay, is this activity worth it to me to be able to go and do this? Do I, am I gonna have enough fun at this event to make it worth the recovery from it later? And a lot of times at this stage in my CF, no. The answer to that is no. Especially during cold and flu season, when going to any kind of gathering there's going to be large amounts of people, where I could catch something. A lot of times the benefits don't outweigh the risks to me, which really sucks. It totally sucks. Like, I'm, I don't feel like I'm old enough to just be like, no, it's okay. Go, you guys go ahead. I'll just hang out here. Like, it's, it's really frustrating at times. Like, I want to be able to go out and do fun things. I would love to be able to go out, get together with my girlfriends and maybe just go have a girls' night out. And more often than not, like, that just doesn't happen because I'm just not up to it. I'm too tired. Or, I don't want to run the risk of catching a cold. Or, I'm still getting over something. Or just whatever it is, it sucks. It just sucks. And honestly, like, you won't hear me getting, like, too down about, Boots is, like, watching something very intently out there. You won't hear me getting too down, and, like, depressed or angry about having CF. But this is one of those times where it's, like, all I did was, like, I went out and did something that I have always wanted to do, like, literally as long as I can remember. I have always wanted to go to a masquerade ball. And it's like, it was kind of a long, it was kind of a long drive for me to get there. And so, like, I knew, even when I committed to it, that I probably wasn't going to be there for the entirety of the event because I didn't want to be driving home at, like, midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. And so I knew I wasn't even going to stay for the whole thing, cold or no cold. And so I didn't. I was there. I worked, my shift which was at the beginning of the event. And so I was done with that by 8 o'clock. And so then my friends and I went around, got some food, which was amazing, by the way. Wandered around. It was in the state capitol building, so, like, this big, beautiful, gorgeous building. There was a couple different, like, photo booth kind of stations, so we got pictures, just checked stuff out, and kind of decided to call it a night. Probably by, like, 9:30 or so. And so, like, it wasn't even, it wasn't like I was out super, super late and was just completely exhausted. Like, I got home around 11. I even stayed up for a little while after I got home. Like, I wasn't exhausted. And so it's like, the price I have to pay for going and checking something off of my bucket list, which wasn't even, like, some super crazy thing, is now I'm really sick and I'm going to be on at least 2 weeks of IV antibiotics. Like, I don't regret that I went. I don't. Like, because it was fun. I had a lot of fun getting dressed up. I had fun hanging out with my friends, got to eat some killer food, got to see the state capitol building, and like I said, like, I didn't have to spend like $60 or $70 on a ticket to go do it. And so, I don't know, it's just, you have to find that line. You have to figure out what is worth it to you and what is not, I guess. And like I said, ultimately, if I had a crystal ball and had been able to know that this is what was going to happen if I went, no, I wouldn't have gone, because 2 weeks of antibiotics, worth a couple hours of fun? No. But again, I don't regret that I went, because at the time I did feel good enough to to do it. Like, and it's just, you know, every cold I get is just a roll of the dice. Is it going to get bad, or am I just going to get over it and be okay? Well, apparently this is just one of the ones that was going to get bad. You know, and it might have, you know, turned into this if I hadn't gone to the ball. So it's like, you don't know. And so I guess the moral of the story is you don't necessarily have to sacrifice doing the things you want or love to do just because just because you have a chronic illness, but you just kind of have to weigh the pros and the cons and figure out, is it worth it? So I don't know. There's no right answer. It's a totally personal thing. But yeah, I don't know. Here I am. So I will keep you guys updated on how I'm doing. Hopefully I hear back from my doctor very soon. It's only 10:30 in the morning, so hopefully it won't take all day. If it starts to get too late though, I'm going to be calling them like nonstop and be like, heh, no, you need to get on this. So anyway, that's it for me for today. So bye guys. Hope you're feeling better than I am.